Hey everyone, welcome back to the Dad Quest, where we bring family-friendly gaming straight to you. Today we're diving right back into Soulframe. If you're brand new to this game, or you've been looking at trying out this game, this video is going to be for you. What I have in store today is a lot of answers where the game didn't have them. What I mean by that is this game leaves a lot unexplained. In my first video, I had mentioned this was early access. I was incorrect with that statement. It's actually alpha, so we're all alpha testers. I do apologize for anybody that might have been confused by me saying early access. Now, I will state that there's not a lot of content in this game still. So the first thing is do not burn out on it. I've turned chat on. My previous video it was off. And that's because now I'm working on some of the group play activities, which we'll discuss here in a minute. But first, I wanted to get to a few of the things that I've learned about the game and things that I think will help you guys because, like I've stated before, there's a lot about this game. It doesn't really do a good job explaining. Game doesn't tell you there's fast travel. It doesn't tell you how to level up your weapons properly or how to enable hard mode. These are things I want to go over here with you guys. First one is going to be fast travel. Once you've progressed enough into the game where you fought the bear and he has given you this little pot over here with a seed in it, it will show up at your home base where we're at right now. Every 24 hours, there's going to be an item that spawns on the top branch, and that's going to be one of these Wevet seeds. These Wevet seeds will let you fast travel to any of the world trees that you've discovered. So that's the only fast travel there is in the game right now. If you're in a hurry, go ahead and use your fast travel, but I do suggest saving them. The other thing I had talked about is hard mode. The game doesn't tell you how to enable hard mode, and that's done through brewing potions at the witch. Once you've unlocked the witch, you not only have the ability to do transmog, changing your gear's appearance, but this icon over here where you're going to brew hues is where you're going to brew potions. The Koga is the potion that you want to craft for hard mode. It does take 2 hours, and the components that you're going to need are Wevet wood sap and agaric. Sap can be found in the Wevet wood forest, and the agaric is most of the time I've gotten this from high level bosses. You do get a lot of them or a handful of them when you enable hard mode, and we'll talk about a few different ways where you can go ahead and do that. But I'm going to go ahead and get my next one crafting because this is something you're always going to want to have a handful of on hand if you can. As the hard mode is currently the end game and the best way to get some of the gear you might be looking for. With Preludes 12, they did come out with a few new ruins, which I want to show you what those do here. And those are obtained through hard mode as well. Currently, I'm running the Skilter and the Unsula. I'm probably butchering those names. They're both grace weapons, which doesn't really work for me right now because I'm running Tethrin, which is a courage-based class. So I do plan on changing this, and I want to explain a bit about that, but let's show you the runes first, because a lot of things revolve around, when you're going to create your build, revolve around the runes that you have available to you and the totems you have available. Now, the totems are the spirit animals that you see around on the screen right now. They're going to offer various effects. Over here on the right, if I click this, we're going to have, I don't even know what to call this. I would say attack or defense, but that's the other two. Looks like a little bow and arrow or something for an icon. Any of these that you choose, it's going to highlight what the effect is, so you don't really need to know the name, I guess. But you're going to want to go ahead and find as many totems as you can in game and that's done through the musical instruments. You're playing music for nature's animals to enjoy, and I'll show you guys that here in a little bit as well. And you can release some totems once you have too many of them. Like I have 4 of this one, so I can go ahead and release this, and it's going to give me some of this currency for the totems, which we desperately want. Sorry, I had to take a drink of water, otherwise I was going to cough into the microphone. I'm getting over a cold, I do apologize. We want this currency because we want to level up the good totems that we plan on using. For example, the build I'm using right now relies around smiting enemies and then ripping their soul out of their body. So I wanted to increase my chances of that. So I have my little squirrel here leveled up. So now I have an additional 1 in 20 chance of smiting. That's the max level for that is level 3. But we can go over here to my duck, and I can go ahead and upgrade that for 500, and it's going to go from 6 magic armor up to 9. And I can upgrade that again if I want. So not only can you upgrade your totems, though, which again are these spirit animals, but your rune in the center as well. Now the rune is going to have a much more powerful effect, which is why it's going to cost a lot more to upgrade. And I will show you kind of what I'm doing for a build here. I've always been a fan of stealth in games, so once I noticed there was the ability to sneak attack from behind on someone, I wanted to be able to do that all the time. So when I pull the smite or rip their soul out of their body, I then become stealthed, and every time I kill somebody, it increases that stealth by 22 seconds. I've been able to stay invisible through a complete dungeon so far in this game. It's been a lot of fun to just walk around and kill things without them even knowing I'm there. But like I had mentioned before, these are grace attuned weapons. They don't really fit with the tether and pact that I'm using. There are items that will allow you to change the attunement of your weapons, but your weapons need to be max level. And I will show you what those items are. You're going to get them as random drops throughout the world here. It's going to be any of these types of items, and they're all going to have different effects. Like this one here, plus 20 damage, parry stability cost, minus 10. But if I go all the way down here, we have the Blessed by Idris, which will then attune the item to Spirit instead, give it plus 20 damage, give it 4 life steal, and parry stability cost minus 50%. So what I want to do is I want to attune my weapons to Courage. I don't know all of them that are out there yet. I haven't honestly looked to see which one might be the best or that I might want the most. So I haven't done that. And my weapons aren't max level right now. So that's a little bit about the totems and the ruins and ways to upgrade your weapons and even change their attunements. What I want to show you now is a little bit about what I was talking about with the animals. You're going to run around, going to use your spirit sense, and we're going to find ourselves an animal. And this is going to give us a little totem. We're going to play our music. Now that icon there on top, that first one, oh, I chose the wrong button. Every now and then you're going to see an icon that doesn't match up with a letter or a button to press, and that's because you're just supposed to know it. If you enter the right button, you get a little bit of a bonus currency given to you. I royally screwed that one up. But you want to run around and collect as many of these as you can. Not only are you going to get a little bit of that currency to power up your totems and your runes, but if you get duplicates, you can just sell them then for even more currency. Let's see if this is a vendor or a quest. This is one of my faction quests. Another thing I did want to go over is I'm going to use this town up here as an example. I don't have any of this unlocked. A lot of people, me included, wanted to really pull my hair out because I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I didn't know what this town was called. And I very quickly learned that you need to find these little floating moats. And I would run around the entire town for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, because I'm a completionist for the most part, not super hardcore, but I like things completed if I can complete them. And I was told that I go to the town, I find the moats, it tells me the name. What nobody told me, though, was not all of the moats are always there. If we go up to the town here, I want you to pay attention to the nameplate that pops up. We're not going to understand any of the characters, but there's going to be 3 diamonds on top, which we can see in black. And we can see one has a black little eyeball floating around it, 2 little eyeballs. That means there's only 1 moat up. And let me run back out here and we'll run back in. The 3 diamonds means we need 3 moats total to unlock the entirety of the name of this area. And I wonder if I didn't run out far enough. I didn't run out far enough. And those little black floating eyes tells you how many moats are up and available at that time for you to be able to find. Now, you can log off, go play something else, come back a little bit later, and there's gonna be more moats up. I don't know what the respawn timer is on it. Could be 15 minutes, could be 30 minutes. Eventually, you're going to be able to come back here and other moats are going to be up and available for you. So I just want to get back in here if I can. That's embarrassing. I didn't walk far enough again. Anyways, go ahead and just go back 40 seconds or so and just double check up there. You can see the black little floating eyes. That tells you how many moats are up. Let's see if I can quickly find that moat so I can show you what the moat looks like. It's right here in the corner. But I've attracted the bad guys. So let's show off my build a little bit. I'm going to start getting my blades dancing. Let's get this going. Come on, stab, stab, stab. Stab, 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 stab. Come on. There we go. Now we go invisible. So this is my build that I'm working on. Still far from perfection, but they have no idea I'm here. You can see down in the center there, lower right hand of my screen, I got a little timer that's running down. If I kill them, it adds to that timer. And I can just stay stealth as long as I keep running around killing things. I can open chests this way. I can interact with those animals if I wanted to play some spirit songs. But let's go get my moat now that I'm up here. So we can see that I have 1 moat filled, and there's no more eyeballs, so that means there's no more moats to be found as of right now. So I'll come back here later on and get more moats. There's nothing I can do about it. Another thing I wanted to go over with you guys was I've turned chat on because, like I said earlier, I'm playing a little bit of multiplayer now. And when I first turned chat on, I was super confused. For example, we got Yaze here saying Kern for Kern hold share. I had no idea what that means. Kern hold, I'm imagining, is a dungeon. I don't honestly know. And what they mean by share is they want you to come into their party, they run the dungeon or they kill the boss, and then party disbands and everybody then reforms and somebody else uses their item. And what I mean by that is by using your item, we're going to go back to our hard mode potion here. Once you use a hard mode potion, all of the sub bosses on the map are going to show up, and they will actually show up on the map. Why don't I just use one here to show you guys? It'll be a waste because I'm not going to run around and complete them all, but that's okay. We get a nice little animation of the sky turning red too. Beautiful animation. Absolutely beautiful. But I'm going to open up the map now, and you're going to see I have some skulls all over my map. These are the bosses. Sub-bosses, I should say. This potion's going to last for 3 hours, and if I clear them all, there's a chance they could respawn. It's unlikely. But if you get a group of people to run through, one person would use their potions. You'd go through, cycle through all the bosses, or even just one boss. Then you disband the party, reform the party, somebody else uses their potion. Oh, excuse me. Like I said, I'm getting over a cold. So somebody else would use their potion, and that would go on until everybody in the party's used all of their potions. And then that's what a share means. So if in chat they're looking for specifically a share, expect to use a potion of yours. Otherwise, the people in chat might call you out for not using it, and you might not get invites. The other thing is, yeah, so WAS for Wraith share. The other thing in here, I want to see if I can find it, was looking for Endless. Endless, currently in game, is an Endless dungeon where mobs are going to continue to spawn. You party up, and you just keep killing them. What that does is that's going to power level your weapons and power level your class. So a lot of people are saying end for Endless. So like press F for Endless. You go ahead and press F. You get an invite, or you don't get an invite. That's the majority of chat, but that's the recruitment chat. There is also a chat channel for help questions and things like that. I definitely suggest you use the help, the Q&A chat, because there are a lot of friendly people in there that will be happy to help answer any questions you have. But with that, I think that's all I'm going to have for you guys today. Oh, one more thing I wanted to touch base on. Outside of the game, I have some resources here that I'm going to post the links for down in the description below. These resources have helped me greatly. I can't take credit for any of them. I've found them on Reddit. One is an interactive map that you can change the settings on what you want to see. It's going to say Prelude 12. That's the current map, so you know it's from the most recent update. And then you can go ahead and choose which items you want enabled or disabled. Do you want to see where certain dungeons are? Do you want to see where the exits are? Certain loot drops, things like that. Just an interactive map to go ahead and play around with. The other thing I wanted to show you guys was from the Play Soulframe Reddit. I found this absolute gem. This is the unofficial companion app that they call SoulfamePlus. Now, I'm going to give credit to LVMine here, I believe is the name, creator of SoulframePlus. This person did an absolute wonderful job making this, and I'm going to show you what it is. It's a website where it's got everything currently in the game listed. Excuse me. But if you want to, let's take a pick here. Let's say I want the Bog and Myrtle. I click on this. It's going to tell me what category it is, what type it is, what its rarity is, how do I get it, what might I find it from. They give you all sorts of useful information. Might drop off of this boss. Requires 2 fragments and 2 bonds. And then the materials to craft. And it's going to give you its base stats and tell you what attunement it is and everything. It's going to tell you also all of the archived information on where it had previously dropped from. So, like I said, I'll leave those links in the description below. I hope any of this information helped you guys, because a lot of it I really struggled to find out for the longest time in the game. So if it was helpful, if you're enjoying this game, if you want to try this game, drop a like, drop a subscribe, drop a comment. I have a few keys I can give away for the game, so feel free to drop a comment if you want one of those. Otherwise, there is an official Reddit somewhere where they're giving people are always posting the keys that they have from their founders packs because they give you quite a bit. And there's always I shouldn't say always. There's quite often like Twitch viewerships where you can get some keys as well. So excuse me. There are a handful of ways to play this game. I suggest if you're looking into it, find a way. It's a very fun game, but like I said, don't burn through it. There's not a lot to it currently. It's still in very, very early development. So, again, we are all just alpha testers here, enjoying the ride, and I'm having a great time. I hope you do too. Until next time, I will see you guys later.